Top of it, top of it. It's your boy, it's your boy Culture One Stack, guys. You know, I'm tapped in here. I'm gonna give y'all this last video for the night. And let me go ahead and give you the title of it. You know, we're gonna talk about a transgendered prostitute named Tony Newman. Now, who Tony Newman is a transgender prostitute, New York City. And as you will see from the video, when you stay for the video, you will see that, you know, this is the transgender prostitute that none other than Busta Rhymes, that was his ex-girlfriend, LL Cool J, and Eddie Murphy. So now, before I get into this video and give y'all some real background for y'all young ones out there, man, let me, you know, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, right? Hit the like button, and buckle your seats and stay to the end of this video, because it's gonna get, I'm gonna show y'all a nice little video. See, because what I love about the internet is that proof, when you find proof, it don't go away. And a lot of men aren't gonna say that they didn't slept with other men unless they have. And a lot of these men, especially in the rainbow community, they don't like to get denied. And whether you know it or not, man, hey, the rainbow community, it's normalized. But let me take y'all way back for those of y'all youngsters, man, because a lot of y'all didn't even hear LL rap back in the day. We're gonna start off with LL Cool J. LL Cool J, when he wrote in his book, I always knew that he, you know, I didn't even know what transgender was at that time when I was a little kid, when LL's book came out. I just knew, you know, gay, straight. And I didn't know anything about a transgender person. But if you go read LL Cool J's first book, it's gonna say in there, sometimes, you know, being a rapper, superstar, you get so much sex that sometimes you want something a little bit freaky and different. Those are his words, okay? Those are LL Cool J's words. That's in his book. You can go read it. You know, I don't do clickbait over here. Now, Eddie Murphy, and I'm gonna get to the best for last. Eddie Murphy has been dating transgenders for the longest. And this same transgender prostitute, hey, was picked up by Eddie Murphy, same street, and has partied with some of her transgendered friends. See, guys, they like you both ways. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't know, to give you a little background on Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's family went out of town in Beverly Hills. You know, if you go to Hollywood, man, they'll show you Eddie Murphy's house. It's a really cool house. But when his family's out of town, he actually got caught by the police picking up none other than what? A transgender prostitute. Okay, so go do your homework, man. You can pull it up for yourself. See, Eddie Murphy keeps it real quiet, but a lot of these guys been on the down low. But now Busta Rhymes, see the difference between LL Cool J, Eddie Murphy, and Busta Rhymes, that, man, you ain't never, show me one picture with Busta Rhymes. Because he didn't date Janet Jackson when they made that song. Show me one picture of Busta Rhymes with the woman. Busta Rhymes have been dating fun boys and transgenders. And actually, this transgendered person, I'm going to show you guys in a minute, Tony Newman, is Busta Rhymes' ex-girlfriend. And she spills all the tea in this interview. Can you dig what I'm saying? See, Busta Rhymes actually used to help set up the Diddy parties, whether you know it or not. You know, think about it. Busta Rhymes ain't had a hit in years. He got all these big diamonds. He got all this big money. Where are you getting it from? You got to understand, man, Diddy, a lot of this stuff is gay for pay. And a lot of these parties that was getting thrown, you know, rumor has it, man, you know, you have a lot of very rich and powerful and famous people that were, you know, paying to be gay and paying to play at the Diddy's house in Bitcoin, in gifts, diamond rings and cars and all that kind of untraceable stuff in cash. So all in all, Diddy was just providing an atmosphere for people to live out their wildest dreams. But this is about Busta Rhymes, this Buster. You know, he got all swole, leaders of the new school back in the day. Hey, man, he was one of my favorite rappers. It still is, you know, because, hey, I don't care about your sexuality. I have nothing against the rainbow community. And this same transgender prostitute I'm going to show you used to deal with Mr. C. God rest his soul. He said that Mr. C just used to like to get topped off. And that was it. But Busta Rhymes, man, you're next. Because I don't know, it's like a I don't want to cause an epidemic. That's just what it is. A lot of you guys are dealing with your sexuality and can't come out. But you know what, man? I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man. Let's get it in. Come on. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Hold up. Let's get it in, y'all. Here we go.
I heard, in fact, Sean Combs is bisexual. I've heard that from people who work for Bad Boy, who've now departed. Gays who were in Bad Boy, who have in fact told that he likes women, so he would in fact have to be bisexual. I've heard Sean Combs is in fact bisexual. From people who used to work in his company. So I'm assuming I've not had sex with Sean Combs. I've not spoke to Sean Combs. But based on those sources, I've heard he's in fact bisexual. This is Tony Newman, and you're watching That's Hot. In my book, the memoir I Rise, published in April 2011, I mentioned rapper, actors, producers, and some of those that I have spoke publicly on is LL Cool J. I met as a street prostitute 15, 16 years ago. Baby girl was straight than Chanel. The encounter with LL Cool J was a one-time encounter. I serviced LL Cool J. I knew it was LL Cool J, and he knew, in fact, I was transgender. It was like any other encounter I had. I got paid. I performed the service. Thank you. Never spoke again. We didn't text, email, call. We didn't exchange any numbers or contact information. I never saw him again. I saw Eddie Murphy 15, 16 years ago pick up friends of mine on that street block in New York City.
Hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans.
Eddie Murphy was on the strip during that time, come out a lot. And he not only recruited, but paid very well. Several transgender friends of mine who I saw get in his car, and I also saw them get out his car with several $100s. So I know for a fact Eddie Murphy, ever since 96, has been utilizing transgender prostitutes.
Did he ever tell him to keep it quiet, or did he ever tell him?
I don't know if since I didn't have a one-on-one encounter with him, I don't know the verbiage that he used. I'm assuming since we were street prostitutes, I guess he never thought we'd tell anybody anyway. Most people out there during that time, we were street prostitutes, working the block late at night in the meat packaging district in the village. It was spoken that you wouldn't tell anybody, but I don't think they really thought who would listen anyway during that time. So when they were out there recruiting, we were basically prostitutes of no societal value. So I don't really think anybody at that time was listening to what we would have said or done during that time. As far as media coming out and asking who are your clients, nobody cared except the police, who came up quite a bit.
And just for people who might not be familiar with New York, or might not be familiar with the area of what you're referring to, can you explain what the meatpacking district is?
We used to call it 14th Street. 14 between 7th, 8th, and 9th Avenue. You would see 50 to 100 on the block, street spread across of African American, Latino, and Asian, and other minority transgenders out working the streets, trying to make a hustle. That is how we made our money to get our silicone, implants, hormones, injections. When we could go to the doctor, that's how we paid for it. That's how we paid for food. That's how we paid for rent as street prostitutes. So we were never seen in the day, but then it came nighttime, and we came out from about 10 p.m. until 6 in the morning, Monday through Sunday. Also had multiple encounters with Hot 97 DJ Mr. C.
You know what I mean? This is the winning game.
We saw Mr. C driving the Hot 97 van, circling around. I've been in that van, I would say maybe 30, 40 times. During that time, I had long braids. was called Fit Terry, was my street name, and that was my transgender escort name, Terry, and I was out there. Mr. C was very nice to me. He enjoyed receiving good oral sex, would verbally express, do it right, come on, and the better you did it, he'd throw a 20 your way. Say, all right now, and you keep doing it until he finished his thing, and you grab your money, and he open the van door and out you it.
And what about how long was that ago?
For me, that was about 15 years ago that I used to see Mr. C during that year and a half, 2 years I worked as a street prostitute. I saw him 3 or 4 times a week. I was fortunate in the beginning to get picked up 3 or 4 times a week. As time went on, he began to look for newer people. He'd use you for a while and move on to new meat. And I didn't get in as much in the last year, but that first year, 50 times I've had encounters with Mr. C. Yes, there are gays, and there are gays and lesbians and bisexuals in hip-hop. Because not all of them are gay. Some of them do like women, but they get freaky sometimes.
Now come on over here and fuck me up the ass.
The National Enquirer contacted me, polygraphed me with Joe Paglioli, a Secret Service agent from John F. K. He polygraphed me. I stayed there for 2 hours. We signed a contract, and they contacted LL Cool J. It was coming out, and I had a contract. Everything was signed. It would come out that Monday, and never did. From that point, Jackie Jasper of the Hollywood Street King said, "Show me your contract that you signed." I showed him what the National Enquirer had me to sign. I've been polygraphed, but I named LL Cool J of the one-time encounter, and I was polygraphed to that. He ran it on his site, and eventually he ran it 2 months later in the Hip Hop Weekly magazine. On the cover is LL Cool J gay. That article talked about LL, Eddie Murphy, and Hot 97 DJ Mr. C.
Did LL Cool J ever offer you anyone hush money?
He did not. He hired Martin Singer. He sent me, my business partner, my agent, my manager, and my publicist letter saying, if you speak again about me, I'm going to sue you. We responded. Let's go to court. We'll meet you there. Martin Singer is now representing John Travolta and other big name celebrities. He represented Eddie Murphy when he was picked up in '97 from a transgender prostitute who the cop called her performing oral sex, who a year later was found dead, jumping off her roof or something. Same lawyer. And he sent everybody letters. He sent another cease and desist letter a second time, Martin Singer, on behalf of LL Cool J, to my whole team again, after I did the New York interview with the New York radio station, the big one there, I can't remember the name. And he sent back and said, we shall not stop. They went away. Martin Singer, LL Cool J, nothing ever happened. Never went to court, never actually filed a lawsuit, just sent a bunch of threatening letters. Shut up. He went to XXL magazine saying, I've never done this, and that was the extent of it. And I've not heard from LL since then.
Do you think coming out will ever be a big deal or a trend in hip-hop culture? Exactly.
Hip-hop and rap keeps trying to suppress it. But I think Snoop said, it's in hip-hop, it's not in rap. I think it's his statement. He said, yeah, there's a lot of gays and lesbians in hip-hop, but you don't find rap gay artists.
Well, Frank Ocean came out as an R&B singer, and he was big. He was on the incline, and, a lot of people accepted him and appreciated him for being, a stand-up guy to say that he was. But I believe rapping is a little bit different because it comes from a culture where, that's not accepted.
And LL Cool J, wasn't he a rapper before he was anything else? Doesn't they give him awards for being one of the earlier rappers who laid the way? What is he? Didn't Hot 97 DJ work with Biggie? produced some of his stuff, if I'm not mistaken, in his early history. They worked together. So wasn't he a rap producer? Isn't he in the rap industry? And he's Hot 97 DJ, Mr. C. So who is Mr. C and LL Cool J but not a rap producer and a rap artist? So there's two people that defies Snoop's argument. It's in hip-hop. Frank Ocean is hip-hop. Frank Ocean ain't rap. But what is Mr. C and LL Cool J? So I don't know.
And just a side note, you know, one of Biggie Small's best friend was a gay guy.
That's what they're telling me. So what was that? I understand his entourage of Biggie Smalls had a gay guy. Mr. C is evidently a bisexual producer. The Lord knows who else he might have had in that entourage. So hey, if Biggie and LL Cool J, the people working for Biggie, I mean, this is the rap industry here that we're talking about. These people were associates and employees and producers for Biggie. LL Cool J was one of the earlier rappers. I think Mama Gonna Knock Me Out, 95, 96. And rap was really getting its footing. So if Mr. C and LL Cool J are not evidence that disputes what Snoop has said, yes, it's in hip-hop, but it's also in rap, and it's in every other fiber of American society. There are gay senators, gay legislators, gay politicians, gay lawyers, gay judges. I don't know one industry that can't say we got one. They're in football, they're in baseball, they're in track. We may not speak about it, but it's all over. And until we stop acting like, oh my God, there's a gay in basketball. Is that news really?
Outside of the three celebrities that you did mention, what other male celebrities have you had sex with?
When you say male celebrities, there is two coming out in a national publication in 2 weeks. So I will tell you all, on That's Hot, wait and see. Two huge names will be coming out in a major publication in 2 weeks that I've just announced about two people who me and my female escort friend, Mistress Carmen, saw as a team. I worked with the female, an Asian girl, for almost 3 years. We traveled all over the country together. And she and I got to see some really big names. And that will be coming out in 2 weeks in another publication. So I would say just stay tuned. That's Hot will get the first tip when it pops.
Can you give a hint? Is it a hip-hop artist? Is it an actor?
It would be an actor and a husband of a famous female celebrity. That's all I can say. Current actor. Current husband of a famous current female celebrity. These are names that are currently in the news today. As a threesome with my Asian female counterpart, Mistress Carmen, I was Mistress Terry. We had encounters as a female transgender team for almost 4 years in Las Vegas, Hollywood, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Las Vegas, Boston, Chicago, New York, Canada, Arizona. That's all I can think of right offhand.
And how much would these celebrities pay you?
We got paid $500 a pop, $300 for her, the female. They would come to her as a client first, through her ads, as a female escort. And she would say, would you like to see my transgender counterpart dressed in the same outfit as me? We would wear cop, nurse, fireman uniform, identical, and do a threesome. I've heard it from multiple sources that Chris Ross is in fact bisexual.
See, guys, as I was saying, the stuff has been going around in the industry for quite some time, and I appreciate you guys for sticking by. Remember, if you stayed this far, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. See, it's been going on. Biggie Smalls, Busta Rhymes. And just so you know, this is, if you do your history, this is Busta Rhymes' ex-girlfriend. I just stumbled across this one. But I always knew about LL. I always knew about Mr. C. He got caught plenty of times, went to jail. Go check his record. Always knew about Eddie Murphy. He got caught getting topped off, man. in the car by the police. You dig? Go check the record. Let the record reflect everything I said is true. Hey, man. But other than that, I ain't want to keep y'all too long in this video. I just wanted to just give y'all some information of what's really going on in the world. Like, this is just how it is now. So you might as well just get ready to accept it. All you guys need to come out the closet. Hey, man, it's okay. They're going to accept you. You dig? I do consultations. And it's a lot of men that get in my chat sometimes saying, hey, you know, I'm on the down low. I'm having a problem coming out. Hey, man, hit me with a consultation. My information's on my front page, you know. Bang that Cash App, bang that email. We can sit down and have a private talk. Because, man, this mental illness and this sexuality stuff is making people unalive themselves in the worst way, and it's causing problems. But other than that, guys, make sure you be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you don't get finessed, and get plenty of rest. And stay the fuck out of trouble.